I was browsing through Tactor yesterday, and I stumbled upon a very interesting deck created by Mr. Wriggler. I read their name as Mr. Wiglet at first. My brain is weird sometimes. Normally, I like to build my own decks, but this concept was way too compelling to ignore. It turns out Exeggutor is an anti-meta beast. For 4 energy, Psychic will deal 80 damage initially, but will add 20 more damage for each energy placed onto its target. This means a Giratina with 4 energy will be hit for 160, and Darkrai with 3 energy will receive the same amount of damage due to a super effective hit. Exeggutor is a non-EX Stage 1 evolution with the power to one-shot both Darkrai and Giratina, while having just the right amount of bulk to avoid a one-hit KO from Darkrai in response. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a counter. Today's deck combines Exeggutor with Leafeon EX in a build that forsakes trainer cards like Cyrus to go all in on healing. As you can see, we do not run grass-type energy in this deck, as we play water instead. We can afford this due to Leafeon's Force Breath ability and Execute's Growth Spurt attack. Leafeon's Solar Beam only requires one source of grass-type energy, which Leafeon can generate on its own, while Exeggutor's Psychic is the same. Whether we lead off with Eevee or Execute, both Pokemon can function with water energy and ramp onto grass afterwards. This allows us to run a full set of both Erica and Irida, providing us with tremendous healing potential, which can not only counter Darkrai's pings, but early game pressure from aggro decks as well. A full set of Giant Cape is key here to put our Pokemon outside one-hit KO range from most high-end attacks. We also run 1 copy of Mars to obliterate our opponent's hand in the latter portions of the game. I took this deck over to Master Ball Ranked and was truly shocked at how effective it is at countering the most popular deck, while providing us with a solid matchup against everything else. Leafeon ramps up an extra energy for us every turn, building up our Exeggutor in the back as we force our opponents to bring in Giratina, who we then smash. Click on the link in the description down below to head on over to Tactor.com, where you can find all of my decks and Mr. Wiggler's too. What Pokemon should I build on next? Wriggler decides? Leave a comment down below and we'll see what we can do. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We post Pokemon Pocket decks here daily. Have a solid day. Enjoy the games. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, here we go. Let's play a little bit of Ranked with our anti-meta Exeggutor right off the bat. Like clockwork, we run into Darkrai. Now the thing here is, I have an ideal lead. I could just start like ramping with Exeggutor with Execute. I'm gonna drop both in case they want to go with like a turn 1 Mars, because we do know that Darkrai Giratina are playing Mars now, so I don't want to be super vulnerable to that. And it's not the end of the world if they like Sabrina me turn 1, because I can just Growth Spurt with Execute. They draw a lot. But we got Inbred Eevee. Inbred Eevee right here. And we have our anti-meta monster in Exeggutor. Psychic Exeggutor. And we get our own draw here, as we find Cape and Cape. So I'm gonna equip both Capes immediately, again, to not be vulnerable to Mars. And go for the Inbred Quick Attack. And fail. We have double Erica, double Irida, allowing us to enhance our overall resilience here. They can't attack next turn, so what I'm going to do here is quite simply evolve. But not evolve this Execute in the back just yet. We place energy onto the Leafeon. We Force Breath onto ourselves. But not evolve into this one, so we're able to retreat if they Sabrina us. And we Solar Beam. And we Solar Beam, ladies and gentlemen. They can't attack us just yet. I will probably go for Erica here. Because they have this Darkrai in the front, they actually cannot Leaf and Sabrina me at the same time. Okay, Irida seems like it should be better here. Healing Leafeon back up. I can't pivot with this anyways. So if they Sabrina me, they Sabrina me. They bring in Giratina. And the key thing about Giratina, even if they have the ping into Dawn, even if they were to play that, because of the giant cape, they cannot one-shot my Leafeon. Oh, but they Mars me. Okay, that's a draw though. Yeah, that's strong. That's a powerful Mars. That's a powerful Mars, but we're blessed with it. I mean, we didn't draw. Okay, our second. Okay, that was a great draw. Let's thin. Let's thin here. Let's thin and let's hunt. With research, we hunt. We can power through this Mars. We need to find Exeggutor. Oh! God, I'm good. Oh, that Mars was heavy. Mom spaghetti, but you know what's heavier? My boy right here. Oh my God. I kind of don't deserve that, to be honest. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Exeggutor coming in for a one-hit KO. Let's go. Out of here. Beautiful. Beautiful. Got a little bit lucky there with that Mars, not gonna lie, but beautiful nonetheless. I just didn't want to be vulnerable to a Sabrina, like locking me out and giving them, because if they are able to buy more time, they can build up more things in the back, and you know, slowing the game down is not good for us, right? All in all, I needed something, like I needed a third basic to be able to play so that I wasn't vulnerable to a Sabrina at that turn. That's why I didn't preemptively evolve my Exeggutor. But you know, really, like very underlooked meta counter this Pokemon is. I don't know what I'm talking about, like Yoda here. And Leafeon just being amazing at enabling high-end attackers as usual. So pretty good game one to showcase what this deck is all about. Even our ability to dodge Mars value as well. Round two. 26. That means 26 in Spanish. What do you got for us, 26? Oh, you got some grass. Well, I got grass too. Though it may not seem like it. I'm a secret leaf deck. As we got an execute lead here. Exeggutor EX can always just like downright win in these kind of scenarios if it flips for... we have a Mars there though. And given that they didn't play a Professor's Research or anything like that, my instinct tells me they already have Exeggutor in hand. So I'm going to play this Mars to try to deny that. Try reduce the chances. Take away 2 cards from them. And go for a nice quick attack. Though this could be like... Again, this game can just be completely over if they draw Exeggutor EX. And manage to flip heads. It, like, everything just comes down to that, really. Otherwise, we have a pretty decent hand. Oh God, no stop. Okay. Okay, I think the Mars worked. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe the Mars worked. Oh my goodness, unless that last card is an egg. But what are the odds? Oh dear. Please. This Mars could have been insane. Because leaving them with 2 eggs and like 2 capes That means if we're able to find Leafeon with Pokemon Communication, I really like my chances of doing so. Like, we can just absolutely demolish them. Leafeon? Oh, there it is! There it is. And so far, we don't need to go for Pokemon Communication just yet. Because we're not force breathing into the egg just yet here. We're solar beaming, baby. Oh, that Mars was everything. That Mars was absolutely everything. They definitely had it. And that's one egg down. Just one to go. And if you don't find it immediately, you're done. They're done. Honorable Sudoku. Game-winning Mars here, ladies and gentlemen. Game-winning Mars. We were able to read the situation, right? Like the fact that they played no Professor's Research nor a Pokeball in hand. Like, you always play those cards turn one. So that means they don't have those cards. So that makes it so that their hand is like... There's a bunch of options. Like, there's no Professor's Research, no Pokeball. They haven't developed any other basic Pokemon, which they could have in hand still. But it's a very clear indicator with 5 cards in hand that at least one of those cards is an Executory X. So you gotta learn to like read a bit like what's going on, right? Because as that Mars literally won us the game, and I argue we would have lost. We're at least a 50% chance to lose if we don't do that, because Egg comes down and we don't have anything in the backup to come in after. And honestly, like an Executory X just getting the kill on one of our basics against this particular deck, it just disrupts our chain from the get-go. And it leaves us with very little chances to come back, really. So, yeah. Mars. I mean, I don't want to, like... I don't want to hype up this card that much because people are already playing it, and it's kind of like bringing red card in a way back. And you know how I feel about that, but, I just want people to not play but me. Is that too much to ask for? Round 3. Against Kawa. We'll go to second again. Very nice. Against Darkness. This time we don't have the Leafeon immediately, but we do have Execute to ramp into. As they have Darkrai. Execute allows us to Growth Spurt a Grass type energy despite us not running it. There's the Giratina. No reason to play Mars as of right now. I see no reason not to play this Cape here, as we don't have Leafeon, but we can Growth Spurt. And we run 2 sets of Erica and 2 copies of Irida. So we have all the healing. Now they gotta think where they place their energy, because if they build up this Darkrai, my Executor will punish. As simple as that. Okay, that's a good... That Rocky Helmet is good. That allows them to finish off my egg. That allows them to finish off my egg, no problem. That's an issue. I need to go for this communication now. Interesting play there. They don't even develop the energy on the Darkrai, giving it up immediately. That means they probably have a Dawn to enable a surprise attack here, which makes me want to go for a Mars to deny that. Because I feel like they're setting up a play for that. So I'm going to go ahead and... retreat with this egg. And charge the other one. Try to bait them into like a switch here. Deny them the dawn as they go for research. I want them to send the Giratina in. I can't, like right now, if I attack into the Darkrai's Rocky Helmet, Irida would be great here. Irida would be everything here. And now we take this approach, because now we've set up a situation where, you know, leading them on into thinking that we were just going to rush in with the Executor, we slowed the game down a little bit, and we built up 2 Executors. And the key thing is, only Giratina can one-shot one of them. But the moment they dive in Giratina, I bring an Executor and I revenge it. And then Darkrai I get rid of easily. The problem is I need to force the Giratina in, so I need to slow the game down to build up 2 of them instead. That was the approach here. If I just rush in and I attack them with 1 Executor, then Giratina comes in and sweeps me. I can't like not get swept at that point. So that's the key thing in Pokemon Pocket. You have to visualize how the game is going to play out, not just think in the moment, and adjust. And try to see if there's a path where you can actually put yourself in that position. I do think they were telegraphing Dawn earlier. They were trying to bait me, but that was very... And now they're stuck. Now they don't know what to do, because I have 2... Both of my Executors are exactly the same. You know, they psyched out. They psyched out. They didn't know what to do. And we have the healing as well. Why is Leafeon up here, dear? I'm really happy with how I piloted that one. That was a tricky situation because of their setup and because of the fact that we didn't find Leafeon, right? Like not finding Leafeon, but then we made use of Execute instead. And sometimes, you know, slowing the game down a little bit, building up both, and it was a checkmate position. There's nothing they could have done there, basically, because if they attack our Executor, they don't kill it, we heal it back, and then we knock out Darkrai, and then it's over. Because then their Giratina can only take out one of my Executors before the other one comes in and revenges it. I can't even English. The other thing is, like, if they send the Giratina early to knock out my Executor, then I bring in the other one, I knock it out, I heal it. Darkrai cannot knock me out in one hit. And I got all the healing in the world to make sure that I don't succumb to the Rocky Helmet retaliation. And I one-hit KO it back because I hit it super effectively. So even if they were to put a giant cape on it, which they already couldn't, I still knock it out regardless, because I deal 140 to it, but 160 because of the super effective hit. So this is legitimately an anti-meta deck. Like, it is actually a deck. If you're running into a lot of Darkrai Giratina, you can play this, and it will do very, very well, actually. Look at that. 5 in a row. Let's go. Benji. I liked Oliver Benji. That's how you said it in Spanish. You know, the football anime. I remember watching it as a kid. Oh, inbred Eevee. Could score a KO here. It could happen. We have double Leafeon potentially, but we're going to keep this in hand because a Pokemon communication could allow us to find Execute. But yeah, I watched that anime. I wanted to be Benji. I thought it was the coolest thing I've ever seen. Like the guy with the hat just blocking all the shots. And I wanted to be a goalie. And then I played against my cousins and I got the shit kicked out of me. Like I mean, not literally. I just like, I didn't stop a single ball. And then I vowed to never play football again. I think I was like 5 or 6 or something. And yeah, I'm like the one Spaniard who doesn't care about football. And it's probably because of that, you know, emotional damage from that day. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. As we are going to evolve into Leafeon here. And we have another situation where they want to build up energy and we can like blow them back with Exeggutor. But then again, Gyarados can be a little bit tricky here. So let's see. We're not going to be able to prevent this ramp. We need to apply the energy onto you, but I need to keep my options open. Do I want to play this second? I think I should, but I'm going to place the energy onto you instead. And I'm going to go for the Forest Breath here. I should have done it the other way around, actually. I should have placed the water energy onto Leafeon, and I should have put the energy onto Execute. That was, wait, what? What? Benji! Oh my god, Benji's tripping. Benji, oh my god, they just... Oh, Benji, they just scored a goal right through your legs, bro. Oh my god. In a ranked Master Ball match, oh my god, Benji. That's exactly what I went through when I was a kid. That same feeling. I just got my 6th win in a row and it just... I'm not upset, actually. I'm okay with this. Okay. I do like going second. I don't like fire, though. Oh, my God. Not fire. Anything but fire. Oh, no. Oh, no. I got too cocky. I started to get too cocky. Oh, God. Oh, I'm getting roasted. I'm getting roasted unless this Moltres just, like, high rolls like crazy and Charizard has a bazillion energy on it. It's not looking good. I can Growth Spurt. I can Growth Spurt on the Moltres. But yeah, Charizard is not something we're suited for. They could even like, they could potentially pivot, send in Charmander, and one-shot the egg if I don't find a cape here. But they would need a leaf. That won't happen. It's not worry about that. It's not gonna happen. I'm gonna drop the Eevee. I'm gonna keep the Exit in hand because I could Pokemon Communication into a Leafeon potentially. And I'm gonna Growth Spurt. Give myself some grass. 420. I don't even know. I don't even know. I'm not. My narration is just not where it needs to be because I'm facing off against. Oh, they got Charmeleon already. Oh, goodness gracious. How do we reach these kids? How do we do it? By having them not like, yeah, no, that works. Now they can't even. They can still combust us. Don't get me wrong. But what if I Mars them? They would play double. Yeah, no, we have to Mars here. 1000% we have to Mars. 1000%. Like we need to attack that hand. What is the best approach afterwards? They can still send in Charmeleon and combust our egg and kill it. But I need to be able to just like start threatening this Moltres. Oh my god, what is the best way here? I need to build up 2 of these. That's legitimately the only way I have a chance. If I'm able to retaliate back to back with both. Yeah, that's what I was fearing. They're gonna send in Charmeleon and just blow me back. They're gonna send in Charmeleon and blow me the hell back, and I can't deal with this. I didn't have Leafeon either. Oh my goodness. Well, the win streak's coming to an end. Ladies and gentlemen, it's over. It's... I mean, I gotta try to fight this somehow. With a quick attack. Them not having a Charizard. And staying with a Charmeleon, and then I top deck Leafeon and knock it out. No cape, no any of that. No, okay. Now they slash and they crimson, and I die like 5 times. Alright. Roasted. Absolutely roasted. We got an anti-meta deck, but you know, we don't counter the other anti-meta deck. That one just kind of like runs through us. But thankfully, Charizard is not extremely coming in the ladder, so it ain't all that bad. What do we got here? I like that better. I indeed like that better than Charizard. I'm gonna go ahead and drop double egg. Because I don't want to be turn 1 Mars'd. I don't want to give them any reason to turn 1 Mars me when I have this amazing hand here. Take off the Rocky Helmet onto Giratina, but that guarantees that we can knock it out once it's enabled, no matter what. We're going to Pokeball first because this guarantees us an EV. And now we research, ladies and gentlemen. We find Executor, okay. We drop the EV. We Growth Spurt. Did they forget to... Wait, they forgot to Broken Space Bellow. I just realized. What the hell? This is Master Ball rank, and my opponents are quite sloppy today. That's a huge miss, like... That's a big deal, ladies and gentlemen. That is a big deal. Anyways. Double trouble. I don't guarantee a Leafeon just yet. And there's nothing they can do. Like, I am growth spurting. They can't stop this. Onto this EV. This allows me to throw in a Solar Beam next turn. What if they Mars me? Mars is spooky, but I have to live with that. All right. They can't attack me next turn because of that. Like, this makes things a lot easier because of that. Because they can't attack me next turn, I'm dealing a total of 120 damage to you. And then, if I heal fully, I'm dropping... I mean, I can put a cape. Go for the Irida play. Do I need a giant cape here? I hit you for... I dropped down to 110. Unless they have like a random Giovanni, they just cannot get me. So I should preserve this cape for later. make better use of it later down the line. As now they're in a position where, you know, they just cannot... They cannot attack me here. Like, they can send in the Darkrai, right? But in order for them to pivot, they would have to let go of all the energy for Giratina, and they don't want to do that. But by letting the Giratina go down, then we automatically win, because then I can just start building up my Exeggutor in the back. Nah, you giving me this kill is insanity. Now we're guaranteed. Now we're guaranteed into a Leafeon here. How many Pokeballs have we played? 2. We definitely want to heal you, so we don't succumb to you. So before anything, we're gonna go for the Erica, because this Exeggutor is not moving. It's not budging. And then we're gonna go ahead and develop our Pokemon here, so that we're not vulnerable to a Mars. We're denying them the Mars value here. At this point, I'll place the cape. And knock you out. And this is checkmate. Just taking a few extra steps. Mars can hit them really nice next turn, but we have to prioritize the healing. That's why this deck is so good into Darkrai Giratina, because we have like 4 different supporter cards that heal for 40 and more. And they want to send in the Giratina to sponge some hits, but we're going to make use of this stalemate to build up the Exeggutor in the back. And now we can Mars them. Ladies and gentlemen, now we Mars. Attack their hand. Keep building up this Exeggutor in the back. Psychic again. Because we're still outside of Darkrai range. We don't need to run Sires. We don't need to. We just keep attacking. We keep throwing Psychics in there. Still at 90 HP. Darkrai is not enough. You gotta run. But unfortunately, you're done. Yep, that's Giratina's... Any sort of potential Giratina had to attack this game is out. And so are they. This is a cool, like, this is a cool, like, this is a case of a card that's like actually very overlooked. Once the metagame has settled, it turns out that this gem from Mythical Island fits right perfectly. Right perfectly English? I can't. Whatever. All right, what do we got? Oh, we're going first. Can't complain about that. Water. Oh boy, I love water. Well, we got inbred Eevee here into Leafeon. And they got Wiglet. Oh, Wiggles. It's your boy Wiggles. I mean, we can... I'm not sure I'm crazy about this double Leafeon here. Like, I want to keep this Pokemon communication, even if it does... Yeah, let's go for the... This guarantees it will connect onto here. How big of a problem is that? Let's go double Eevee. We have to adjust to what we're facing, and this may be a game to go all in with Leafeons. Back-to-back Leafeons, faster attackers generally. And the more I deploy into the board, the more I can absorb from these random base hits here. The cape puts them outside of Solar Beam range, but that Spring Out doesn't quite hit what it needs to hit. I'm gonna go with the Energy on to you, Leafeon here. Should have been the other way around. Should have been the other way. I could go for the giant cape here, but I'm gonna opt not to. Actually, it should have been the water energy onto the Leafeon and the green energy here, because then I can just charge. Yeah, this was incorrect. But I think the way the game is going, like, I kind of have to. Okay, do they have a Misty? And if they do flip heads with it? They don't. Okay, but they're going in. I do like finding this Leafeon here. I am at 110, so we put a giant cape onto this execute. And we fire off. The giant cape onto the execute allows it to survive one pop out. I don't understand. Why do you even play Cyrus in What Trio? Why do you do that? What's the purpose of that? Doesn't make much sense to me. I will Mars them. Why not? Take away 2 cards from them. I'm gonna Forest Breath, pivot into this one. And Forest Breath onto the execute again. As we Solar Beam. Only if they hit like 50 on the Leafeon and 100 on the execute do they win. Potion right there. Do they have an Irida too? I don't understand these Sabrina plays. Like, okay, I mean, like these chain, like Sabrina I can understand because it can slow down your opponent, I guess. But like they're not accomplishing it. Nice pop out, bro. Like I don't get played Cyrus. Sabrina, okay, Sabrina can slow down certain matchups, like it can be used defensively to buy you a little bit of time. I can see it maybe as a one-off, though there's like a lot of good cards that you can run in an all-in Wecture deck like that. But Cyrus, like, I mean, it must not be an all-in Wecture deck if you run Cyrus. Because it just doesn't matter where the active, which one is the active Pokemon, because your attack is affecting everything. So, yeah, I'm happy they had those cards instead of like an Arita, for example. That was nice. What do we got? Final boss time. What is it? Can't say I'm surprised. Can't say I'm angry. As we have an Eevee into Leafeon lead here. And a Pokeball that hopefully will lead us towards Execute. As the second Leafeon could potentially be a target for Pokemon communication. To find Executor. You know, it's a hypothetical. A lot of events that could happen. Totally. There's a Pokeball, which means highly likely they found the Darkrai. There it is. Quick attack. I'm gonna go for the Pokeball first because there's more chances of me finding Execute than an Eevee. It's a 2 out of 3 chance, and then I go for the Professor's Research here. Another Pokeball, another Eevee. Ladies and gentlemen, a full lineup here. Let's drop one egg, one Eevee to make us less vulnerable to Sabrina. Let's play that. I'm going to keep this other egg in hand because it could be a Pokemon communication target. And I'm going to go for the Quick Attack. We don't quite hit, but we do put the Giratina at 2-hit KO range for our Solar Beam. They still, even though Giratina is a significantly larger threat in a pure Psychic deck, because it could potentially attack. Like, it could have set up a threat to attack next turn if it had Psychic Energy, but because they don't, we know it's still like, it still needs 2 turns to attack. And I like me that Pokemon Communication right there. I've already played double Pokeball here. So we're gonna Leafeon. We're gonna double Leafeon. Not gonna overthink it, you know, make sure we have some good pivots here, make sure we're not vulnerable to Mars. Apply pressure. With our Solar Beams. Do I need to Pokemon Communication here? Not just yet, I think. Finding a giant cape would be very nice here. They need healing. They always seem to have it. Giant Cape would still force a red out of them. 2 of them in the deck. We find the egg instead, though. It makes no difference between this attack and the other one. Like this thing is already at range, so I actually don't need to attack here. What I need to do is I need to pivot my Leafeons. I Rita, so I'm not vulnerable to Osiris. And drop the other Execute. So no Mars can foil my plans here. By doing this, I enable the Executor, pivoting my Leafeons, and I can still, if they don't kill my Leafeon, I can put energy on it, Forest Breath, and then bring in Executor. There's the red. There's the red, to be expected. But we have the other Leafeon healed up in the back. And our Executor has just the right amount of health to survive. Even after a Rocky Helmet, I can survive the incoming Darkrai. Even without a Giant Cape here, ladies and gentlemen. And they can't Sabrina and Red me on the same turn. This is everything. This play was everything, ladies and gentlemen. Energy onto Executor, and just like that, we enabled the Psychic and knock this out. Red does not affect Executor. That's also another reason why it's so anti-meta, because all these decks are running red, not Giovanni. If they had Giovanni, they could kill us here, but I know they don't. And because they don't, even if they have a Giant Cape, my Psychic, the moment they place that third energy onto Darkrai, my Psychic will deal 160 damage. Nothing stops Executor except for the, oh no, not like, no, please stop. Oh my god. Okay, I got ahead of myself there. Almost nothing stops my Executor. Oh my, I jinxed myself. I legitimately jinxed myself. They have to pivot. Yeah, they have to pivot. They have no other option but to pivot away. They know exactly what's going on. They know exactly what's going on, but they can't. You can't leaf into Dawn, so I don't even have to heal this turn. Though I can't say I see a reason not to, since I have Erica as well. Ladies and gentlemen, oh, that Team Rocket grunt. Oh my god, that nonsense. That actual nonsense of a play. And they almost got away with it. Those damn kids! Gotta go for that psychic. What are you gonna do now? Where are you gonna go? That's a dead Pokeball. What else you got? What else you got, brother? You got no energy. You got no mana. You're done. Oh, that was surgical. Instead of like falling into the attack there with Leafeon, actually pivoting with them and building up that Exeggutor Turbo was everything. Checkmate. That's yeah, this deck is legit. If you know how to pilot it correctly, it's not very beginner friendly, but if you do things right, it has all that you need to just dunk on Giratina Darkrai. A sleeper right here. If you want something off meta that you won't queue into mirror matches with to climb ranks, this is it right here. Very, very impressed. Very nice. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.